What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to show you guys a little bit of a combination between Lightforge spell and Hugan. And before we get into any kind of theory crafting, into any kind of explanation, let me just show you, because it's very cool. And this fight won't last 10 seconds, so keep your eyes on the screen and bam, it's already over. So pretty quick stuff going on here. And in case you missed something, maybe we want to replay that right now. So maybe we replay that, and maybe we also put it on half speed, so you can see in a second big true damage nuke coming down, basically taking out the entire enemy team, and then just a little bit of cleanup there from the Dionel. So what was happening there? Well, it is a pretty classical Dionel comp that we're running here, so it has a certain PvP power. But the thing that I'm mostly testing right here isn't really focused on Dionel. In fact, I have tried multiple heroes, and I will in this video show you the coolest heroes that you can use with this, and some very interesting combinations, some fun ones that I have been using and that were very cool. But the main thing that I want to talk about in this video are two things. Well, one, a hero, Hugan, and the second one, an artifact, Lightforge spell. I feel like Lightforge spell kind of flew under the radar for some players, even though it is a very easy and very good pick, and a pick that many people are already comfortable with without knowing it. Because when we read into this artifact, blesses the rearmost ally when a battle starts, lasting for 15 seconds. The blessed ally becomes unaffected and gains 24% increased attack and life drain. We are not only a little bit reminded of Enlightening spell, which is basically doing the same while having a much more horrible description. This one giving us attack speed, which is of course pretty cool, but here we get 24% attack, later on buffed up to 40%. So 40% attack boost, absolutely massive. And also the reason we do deal that much damage, 20 life drain, we take it, and we are actually able to extend this. Upon assisting or defeating one enemy, they will gain extra stat boost or equal amount and extend the blessing duration by 25 seconds. So very easy actually to make this longer, as long as you get the kill within 15 seconds, which isn't too difficult for a lot of heroes, and thus fairly interesting. The other thing I thought was like, okay, we have this huge attack buff, what else can we do? Well, we can of course buff our attack even more, and that is the point where basically Hugan comes in. And not only do we have the active part right here with the attack buff for the ally that dealt the most damage, so that can also help us, plus extra haste. But no, we also have the mechanical sigil, where of course many heroes that you place on them just stay there, which also gives us another 14% attack buff, plus extra energy recovery, plus the shields that we have here, plus control immunity in certain situations. So we get extra attack buffs also through Hugan, and both combined turns out, well, they can be pretty devastating. We saw, of course, a pretty meta Dionel team right here, and this Dionel team, I mean, you can copy that. If you copy that, however, I mean, this is designed to burst. This is designed to not only fill up, where is it? To not only fill up his Nectar and Intoxication stacks by giving him 3 non-permanent buffs. This is also designed to make his nuke from that a little bit stronger by using the Dionel link ability, by using the Lawson link ability. So that is also in here. What you can of course do to make this a little bit stronger in terms of the versatility of the enemy teams that you fight would be to, for example, include Lily May. That could give you a little bit of ult counter for the start. But that is a decision that you can make, including Dunling as possible, but you can't do that without sacrificing your Wilder tile or Hugan, so it's a little bit of a problem. Next up, because many people at this point already will have said, Dionel, difficult, don't own him. Next thing I did was do this. And yeah, so here we reduce the Paragon buff quite a lot. We only have the Damien and Paragon 3 in here. We have my Paragon 2 Hugan and the Paragon 1 Scalita, our Leica, which is actually just, I think it's plus 10, and Supreme, and then we have a Supreme plus and a Supreme plus Granny, and yeah, you will see the Scalita isn't exactly there to deal damage. So definitely check this out. when we get the ult here from Leica. I hope Leica decides to place the ult in a nice direction, but I think she will just shoot it up here again, which is a little bit horrible. I hope we get a win. Come on. Okay, we got the big attack right there. Come on, Miss Leica. Hit us with an ult. Completely in the wrong direction. Thank you. That is what we needed. Yeah, she can only send it in a set amount of directions, but we can still see the enemy team just vanished. It just vanished and we got 37 billion attack right here. Of course, she didn't stand on the tile behind Hugin. Wasn't quite that kind, but still, nonetheless, this is kind of interesting. And if you watch this in double speed, it becomes even more interesting, because then we get the Hugan buffs, we start dealing some true damage to the enemy. First enemy falls, I think. There was one down, and bam! The entire enemy team is gone. And yeah, so like our main damage dealer also works. I thought this was kind of funny. And then the last one that I thought was also really, really cool. Because that is one of my favorite heroes that we get to use here, and nearly Paragon 3, by the way. If you want to see the setup, it looks like this. Just have the tank there to the front. We have the wilder tile, obviously, to get an ult, and then I just get Leica to shoot the enemy, and of course we deal a whole lot less damage because she's just Supreme Plus, and we are fighting some Paragon units here. He has 2 Paragon 2 and Paragon 1 unit, and of course those are Slash and Hypergens, so they also have inspiration buffs. The last one that I used right here is Cassidy, and the reason I love Cassidy for this is we actually get the waves, and I like the waves. So once we get the first ult right here, she also runs away, sadly. You are immune against his artifact, by the way. I totally lost the name right now. My god. Okay, let's see the first wave. And see how that hits. And come on! Don't destroy the moment. Oh, it is so fun. It is so fun when that bloody wave hits. I absolutely love it. Because it's like a tsunami. That is absolutely devastating. I mean, she didn't even do all of the damage there. Leica was still there and doing a ton. But like just the bloody wave. Check this out. I'm going to rewatch it. Go on, wave! And there we go. It's just super funny. It's just super funny. And she's just P2. So he has P2 heroes as well. So it's not like we're using an absolutely astronomous Paragon advantage right here to actually cut through him. If we wanted to go for maybe a little bit more meta attacks, or a more meta hero on this team, I would probably just go ahead and put Bonnie in here. Because Bonnie, I mean, in this scenario, we have a pretty tanky comp. We have an attack scaling on a hero that deals damage over time. Yeah, so don't really have to explain that. That looks like this. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, something that you can do. I mean, it looked a little bit better than I expected it, if I'm honest. Looks a little bit better than I'm expecting it, but you see those true damage hits over here, and it is really rather fast. Maybe we should make this a little bit slower. We can also try fighting Brownie, but I reckon there we are a little bit too much in a Paragon disadvantage. But it could be interesting. Could be interesting. So they are pretty quick damage, 8-second fight over here. Let's try it versus Brownie. Let's try it versus Brownie. Where is this guy? Where is he? It's already on the screen, I'm blind. Now has P4 Seth. Absolutely monstrous. Yeah, I'm not too sure we're going to do well here. He, by the way, has P4 Hugan. Crown Hugan, if I might add. So we are... Let's say we have a little bit of a problem here. Nonetheless, we had some pretty hefty damage there on his side before he absolutely took us out. I mean, with the Paragon advantage, there is no wonder about this, but still... You see the beginning over here? Check this out. There. Yep. That was pretty quick damage until he gained the shield from the Hugan. And of course, if you fight a Hugan in a battle where you are at a hefty Paragon disadvantage, yeah, kind of a problem. Maybe we can set something up. Let me set something up. Okay, did some experimenting and we actually scored a win right here. Which is, this was on the first try, I have to add. This was on the first try. I wasn't confident. So what I did and I tried to do was like bridge the gap of the Paragon advantage a little bit, because he is obviously coming in at the huge Paragon advantage. So I put in Ulmus, a little bit of a tank, replaced our Granny, so we got like 4 Paragon levels from that. Put in Lily May, so we have a little bit more damage potential, and then we are running Hugin, Damien and Bonnie. And you can see there is some damage coming. I was thinking like, Siren now. Siren for this team, that would have had potential as well. You can see like the moment this starts, it looks like we run Storm Strike spell, honestly. Looks like Storm Strike spell clears so far. This is actually cutting through the HP. You can see on some of those heroes just like going from full HP bar to nothing within seconds. And this is like absolutely monstrous. So I definitely love that. Just like placing something behind Hugan, putting Lightforge spell on it, and just watching the enemies melt, and works especially well, of course, with something like Bonnie. So I hope you enjoy this. Maybe you tell me your best combinations. I just thought of the coolest heroes that I want to use with this. Not even the most effective. You can also run Odie. I tried this too, but wasn't too impressed. Oh, there was one impressive thing about Odie, though. Wait, I show you that. Because it was actually fun. Maybe I can find the fight. Give me a second. Other fun victory, by the way. Just didn't show this in the video yet, but like the same team I also tried with just 4 heroes, one of which being my mythic Khafra. And interestingly enough, was able to score the win here, even though that was certainly a lot closer. I just thought it was funny. It's not exactly the Hugin combo that we are using here. That was just like Dionel with the obviously best artifact Lightforge spell for him. So let's watch the real fight. It was actually this one with Odie, and this one is pretty crazy. Not really because we win, we don't get an Odie ult for quite a long time because she gets countered. But once we get the Odie ult, I wanted you to keep an eye out on where the marker actually ends up being. And we get it right here, look at that. It's like 95% of Taline's HP. So the marker of Odie, of course, indicates the HP threshold that an enemy has to fall under before Odie's insta-kill ability triggers. If that, of course, is 95% of the HP of the enemy, that is pretty crazy. So also maybe a little bit of a combination with Odie if you like the insta-kill to trigger immediately. So lastly, now that we have talked about all of this, there's one more thing that I want to show you guys, because it's a very great opportunity for everybody to just support the channel and save a little bit of money, and that is Lootbar. So Lootbar is a top-up site for AFK Journey. You can just go on the website, type in your UID, which you find in-game on your profile. Right here in the bottom, you can click this little button here to copy it, and then you can just buy Dragon Crystals, and they go through the official Firelight store, so it's nothing scammy or something. You just can buy them right here. It's 89 USD, a little bit more expensive than Coda Shop, but Coda Shop for me had a lot of problems, so maybe this is more interesting for you. They have like a first-time buyer's discount, which makes this like 80 USD, so pretty good. And if you want, you can click the link down in the description, and this is a little bit like an affiliate link, so every time you basically buy a pack, I get a few Dragon Crystals, I think. So it's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing your best combinations of Hugan and Lightforge spell. Maybe also only Lightforge spell if you like that more. Tell me down in the comments, and with that, I wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.